Before we get to the video, check out my Patreon linked in the description of this video, where for $5 a month you get exclusive content such as sneak peeks at projects like upcoming videos, dioramas, stop motions, photography. You'll get a shout out in videos like this one. I also take video requests. You can see behind the scenes of my stop motions in toy photography, as well as exclusive stop motions in photography. Again, you get all these perks on my Patreon for $5 a month. Link to join in the description of this video. Now let's get to it. Okay, you guys. So, as you can tell by the title of this video, talking some more Transformers movie. It's just a topical discussion, no real news. Just basing this off of rumors and leaks we've gotten that I've covered on the channel the last couple months. So, as you know, there's heavily rumored and, in my opinion, basically confirmed, because it's been talked about by every major Hollywood trade the last few months, Michael Bay's movie. It's coming out in the next few years, probably, and, there's been some rumors, speculation, leaks online the last few months, and even in the Transformers community, fueled by our very own Laszlo here on YouTube, kind of alluding to this upcoming Bay movie being some sort of a multiverse film, or including elements of the Bayverse into a new universe or something like that. I've talked about some of these rumors. I'm not really going to get into them in this video because I've done quite a few videos on this the last 2-3 months, and I to be honest with you guys, I don't remember every detail because it was like 2.5 months ago this happened. But I just kind of want to discuss the prospects and the reasoning behind us getting this movie, and will it be something that we actually need, and will it actually be something that will work and be good for Transformers and actually be a good movie? Now, I'm going to give my short answer. I think, yes, it could be, if Paramount, Hasbro, Bay, and the rumored writer of this movie, Jordan Van Dina, they, get their head in the game and they don't go off into a million different directions, which is ultimately why the Bayverse flopped with The Last Knight. They combined, 3-4 scripts into one movie. Terrible idea. And, just don't make those same mistakes. They made the same mistake a little bit with Rise of the Beast 2 years ago. They put 3 different scripts into one movie. It was the Beast Wars movie from the writer's room in 2015. It was the Bumblebee movie sequel. And it was the Optimus Prime solo movie, which I believe was also from the 2015 Bayverse writer's room. They merged those 3 scripts and ideas together, and we got Rise of the Beast, which isn't a bad movie. It's better than The Last Knight and the Bumblebee movie, in my opinion, but it's still nothing like what we need in, the 2020s. And it doesn't even touch the first 3 Bay movies in terms of action and entertainment, in my opinion. We're in a weird predicament with Transformers movies, and Transformers 1 didn't do so well. So animated stuff in terms of movies is up in the air right now for the future. So a lot is on the line for this upcoming live action movie. It's make it or break it for Paramount and Hasbro and Bay and the Transformers franchise. So I think that if these rumors are true, that they could be bringing back some of the Bayverse cast, they could be doing something with the G.I. Joes and something with the Bayverse, and bringing in the new continuity into it. If all that is somewhat true or 100% correct, they cannot mess this up, guys, because this is a daunting task if this is true. You're doing multiverse Transformers in an age where, let's face it, multiverse stuff is super popular. It's the face of action superhero movies of the 2020s. When we look back at this in the 10, 20, 50 years from now, the 2020s is going to be known as the age of the multiverse for these kind of movies. And, Paramount, Hasbro, the Transformers franchise, they're just tapping into what is popular in this decade. And I really can't blame them for that per se. But it does leave me scratching my head here about these rumors. It's like, why are we kind of reverting back to the same old again, when that didn't really work in the first place with the likes of Rise of the Beast in terms of the way they mixed the action with more characterization like with the Bumblebee movie. I just don't know. Obviously, there's a reasoning behind it that does make sense, but there's also like another 50% of it that's like, WTF, why are we going down this route if the rumors are true? Like the 50% that I agree with is like, okay, there's nostalgia for these first 3 or 4 movies. The hype for these movies is still massive if you go on to social media. The casual audience, it's all about the Bayverse movies, those first 3 or 4 movies. That's literally all people talk about with Transformers. If you're just a regular person or a casual fan, that's basically all you know, and maybe something from G1 or Prime, if that, you know what I mean? So these movies are massive. The nostalgia is growing by the month. So I can see why Hasbro and Paramount would kind of want to tap into that in some form or fashion for the next movie. Maybe they think bringing Bay back and doing this stuff with the Bayverse could really put people back into theater seats for this next movie. I don't know. But then the 50% that I think is like, what the hell are you thinking? Is like, there's also a massive part of society, I guess you could say, that just absolutely despises the isms, if you will, of the Transformers movies with Bay and that whole style. And Rise of the Beast leaned into that a little bit, and that's a little bit of the reason why it didn't do so hot, because they mixed the wrong side of the Bayverse with the wrong side of the Bumblebee movie stuff, and it just kind of went into a movie that was like, it was decent, but it wasn't worth the 5-year wait from B movie to Rise of the Beast. So I just think that if we're retreading same old ground here, just based off of the limited rumors we know about this upcoming movie, this sounds like it really can be a bad idea. But I remain hopeful, I remain optimistic, because there is a million different ways. Because let's face it, this is freaking Transformers, man. You could spin these characters and these stories any way you want it, and it could be a fantastic thing. I mean, look at animated, Prime, Beast Wars, the pinnacle of quality Transformers media and cartoons. And, you go from cartoon to cartoon with those 3, and they're completely different looks, vibes, aesthetics, even characterizations for most characters, different characters completely. If we're talking about Beast Wars, it is just a wide variety of characters, stylizations, and story with the Transformers franchise that really does set it apart from the likes of Star Wars, DC, and Marvel, in a way that you could mold these characters and these stories into whatever you want, just as long as it's something good and something that fits with the core values and basics of what Transformers essentially is. And my worry is that we may get lost in this Hollywood multiverse mumbo jumbo here for this next movie, and you get something that's an okay movie, and as a result really doesn't move the needle. It kind of just does okay, like Rise of the Beast. Or you get a dumpster fire of a movie like The Last Night, where you're merging a bunch of different ideas together, and it's just a freaking piece of crap thrown at the wall, literally. I just hope that they learn from their mistakes with The Last Night, the B movie, Rise of the Beast, and even Transformers 1. I mean, there's got to be some we could speculate till the cows come home as to why Transformers 1 didn't do well last year. There's many reasons that I could throw out there. I really don't feel like getting into it, but even Transformers 1 didn't do good, let's face it. And there were issues with that movie that I'll probably, I've talked about in other videos, but maybe I'll do a separate video on that. But yeah, guys, I think that if they lean into Multiverse in a way that doesn't intrude on what we need for a Transformers movie to do good in the 2020s, and something that actually makes us fans and just people in general feel like, wow, that was a really good Transformers movie that told the story, or told a story about Transformers that actually fits with what the franchise is. I hope that's what we're getting, but I honestly don't know. If it's that, we're in the clear. Transformers movies are basically saved again. But if it's something like Hollywood multiverse mumbo jumbo, like some of these Marvel movies that haven't done too good, we're in big trouble. And, I honestly don't know how we're going to be able to face that if that's the case. And it really can go either way. I'm 50-50 on what side this is going to go in the next couple years when this movie releases. I'm going to remain hopeful. Like I said, it can be good, but we got to wait and see. It can be bad as well. But yeah, guys, let me know down below. How do y'all feel about a multiverse Transformers film? Do you think this would be a good idea for Bay's next film to involve the multiverse, or do you not? And yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye.